Welcome back to Galt's Garage. In today's video, we're going to modify this standard issue Harbor Freight sandblasting cabinet into this larger, more usable unit. The modifications will be increasing the size by 4 inches in depth, 4 inches in height, and changing from a side door unit into a front-loading cabinet so we can more easily load larger workpieces. We'll start by disassembling the existing cabinet, then we'll move on to designing the new panels and cutting them on the plasma table. In the end, we'll have a larger, more functional sandblasting cabinet that only took 2 weeks and a couple $100s to upgrade. This may wind up being a 2-part video, but all the video is shot, so if it needs to be split up, the second video will only be a day or two behind it, depending on how long it takes to edit. At any rate, this project took a little longer than I anticipated, but it was worth it. And I think maybe if anybody wants to upgrade their Harbor Freight cabinets, they might be able to pick up an idea or two of what to do and what not to do, because I thoroughly cover both of those. Let's get to disassembling the old cabinet and get this project rolling. Everybody always talks about how difficult it is to get the nuts off for these windows, and they're not wrong, but there is a way to do it easier. Just stick your hand in the gloves and use that glove from the inside. You can get on the nut and work the screwdriver. I've been hemming and hawing on what to do about the window, and ultimately I decided just to reuse the window and the window assembly from this unit. I'm just going to program in this particular opening into the CNC when I cut the new sheet metal, and that'll be that. I was going to get a larger window, but the truth is this window size is okay. And I'm not really going wider with my cabinet. I'm just going a little deeper and a little taller. So this window actually, it'll work just fine for what I plan on doing. Also, it's going to be an easy size to find replacements for. I have a feeling this is a very standard size. I had it in my head to go with something crazy like Margard, or I even took a minute to look around for aluminum oxynitride, but good luck with that. That is still kind of a defense industry exclusive. I'm sure there's places that do make it, but I couldn't find it for sale in any reasonable size. I didn't realize, although I should have, that there's no gasket for this window. That would actually explain quite a bit. There will definitely be a gasket on the new one. So now I need to measure this rough opening, and I need to measure this bolt pattern so that I can set that up in the new program. Our existing height is 22. We're taking that to 26. Our side to side is 22. We're taking that as well to 26. The front up and down is 14, and we're taking that to 16. And then we're putting a flat top in across this top section here. We're going to go flat for a while, and then we're going to 45 the front. So it's going to run 16 inches from here to about here, and it's going to have a 12-inch, or pardon me, a 14-inch 45-degree plane here, and then a 16-inch drop down. We'll be able to fit our 2-foot signs in there from now on, which is what I'm really concerned about, because that's the majority of what I've been cutting has been 2-foot signs. And at 22 inches, this cabinet is not making the grade. It's 33 inches deep. Well, it's 33 inches across, which is plenty for what we're doing. So we're not going to mess with the depth. But we do have to cut new side panels. We have to cut a new top. We have to cut a new front. And then this diagonal panel that's going to run right here that doesn't exist right now, we got to cut that. So we have a good bit to program into the in a Fusion, so we can get those cut on the CNC, and I've got to decide where to put the vents and all that other good stuff, but we'll get all that banged out. So what we're doing when we put these new sides on, they're going to wind up hanging off the front. As you can see, we hang about 4 inches off the front here. They're going to be flush on back. The back is going to be exactly the same. So we're hanging the 4 extra inches. We're making this cabinet bigger. I know this seems like a lot of damn work for 4 extra inches, and it is. But we're going to hang it off the front here. And what I'll wind up doing, I'm going to make a separate panel here to tie these 2 sides in across the front. And that's going to be a mount for a ramp, to carry the funnel up this direction. It'll also give the top something to sit against when it closes, because we're transitioning from a side opening cabinet to a top opening cabinet. So you'll see as we go along, it'll make more sense, I promise. God, I hope it does. So we're designing the panels now to expand the sandblast cabinet. And right now I'm working on the side panels. And what we're going to do is make lips that are held on by little tabs so they're easier to bend. Just like this over here. So these white areas here are what's going to be cut out, and the solid blue areas is what's going to be left behind. So we want to surround the entire perimeter of this part with the lips. That way we can fold them in. Once we cut this piece out, we can fold those lips in, and then we'll have a flange on the sides of this to mount to, and for the top to rest on. So I just want to show you guys real quick how we do that in Fusion. So this shows me that this is the kitty corner. Basically, if I put it here, it's going to make a perfect square. So I'll start my line there. And I'm going to go up, square again. Now these, I'm putting a 1/8 inch tab for every 1.5 inches of flap. So I'm going to, we have our distance highlighted here. So I know an 1/8 inch from 1.5 inches is 1.375 inches. And that will expand us out to where we need to be. I know I'm parallel here. So we're going to click here. And then we're going to extend it down again. Not parallel, but perpendicular. All right. Now we're going to move over. Just lather, rinse, repeat till we get to the edge. It's not difficult, it's just tedious. There we go. We're almost to the end. We're going to wind up having 2 that are kind of closer together towards the end. I didn't take the time to measure this out and do the division ahead of time. I should have. The next time I definitely will. Now we're going to delete these lines right here, because if you leave these lines in, the plasma table will cut through it. So when you delete these lines, it basically attaches these 2 pieces, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to go through here, we're going to delete all these lines. All right, now when we hover over this piece here, the whole thing, including this new lip here, should be highlighted in blue. There we go. And all our slots are in white, so we know they're going to be cut out. So we're halfway there. We'll pick back up once I finish doing these. You don't need to see the minutia of that. I just wanted to show you how we do this in Fusion. Pro tip, when you're working with plasma, attach the work clamp. Ready for one of the side pieces. Just a reminder for anybody who doesn't know, galvanized like this is super toxic when you cut it with a torch, when you weld on it. So it's a good idea to have something to help you breathe. Luckily for me, I've got a PAPR. And it's got all the good filters and everything else. Got a fan going in here with the door open, so should be all right. This is going to be a multi-part video after all. Turns out it's getting pretty long. So I will leave you on this video where we're at now. We just finished cutting the side panels and bending the flanges into place so that we can mount them and get everything attached together. The next video, we will get everything assembled. I'm not sure if the next video is going to be the last one. There may be 2 more parts. I'm not positive. I have a ton more material to go through, but we're either going to have 1 more part or 2. I'm not sure which. We'll find out probably in the next day or 2. Should be done editing relatively short order. At any rate, thank you for joining me at Galt's Garage, and I will see you in the next video.